when did you get here?
Conventions.
All jokes aside, this week we take a look at how students are
fighting crime,
fending off ghosts,
and acknowledging award-winning coaches.
All that and more on the Warrior Weekly. Good morning, Warriors, and welcome to this week's spooky edition of the Warrior Weekly, presented by Warrior Student Media. I'm Sydney Boswell.
And I'm Aiden Hirsch. This week we take a look at a number of exciting events and stories at MCHS.
First, we learn how to fight off spooky vibes with Mr. Vollmer, our brand new criminal justice teacher.
Whether it's getting students ready for college, creating leaders, or educating the future generation about the courts and law enforcement, Mr. Vollmer strives to challenge and support students throughout their high school journey.
I thought I would pursue something in business, something I was really passionate about in high school and then into college. And I think I realized around my sophomore year that I wanted to do something in education that gave me an opportunity to make a difference. I think I like making students think. I like challenging students, but then also being there to kind of help them and support them. I prepared them for things that they were going to face in the future, that they were challenged in my class, but also felt like I was always there to help them if they needed any help.
Mr. Vollmer has made a major impact amongst the student body. McHenry student athletes Dayton Warren and Connor McAuliffe expressed their appreciation for Mr. Vollmer.
I really like how enthusiastic he is. He kind of starts the class the same way every day. I think he generally cares about me. Like, he says good morning to me every day. We can talk about like sports and just like random stuff. He really puts in a lot of time outside of class, making sure our mock trials are interesting. The characters are well developed. The slideshows are good, and we're pretty much doing something all the time in that class, which I like.
Mr. Vollmer has definitely always encouraged me to do my best in everything I do, in the classroom and outside the classroom. And he's just always there. If anyone wants to talk to him after class, about a lesson we had or anything going on outside of school, he's always there. Mr. Vollmer's definitely made me realize that not all teachers are uncaring or just boring and don't really care about their students. He definitely, in everything he does, he's always caring. He's always there. He's always encouraging and making sure everyone's doing their best. And just overall, he's just a really good person in everything he does.
If students are interested in AP World Criminal Justice or Leadership in Action, talk to your counselors or say hi when you see Mr. Vollmer in the hallways. Reporting for the Warrior Weekly, we are Aiden Hirsch, Liliana Rasmussen, and Hunter Lechner. Next, Warrior Student Media digs into the question, are ghosts real? Teachers tell their spooky stories of MCHS and their beliefs on the paranormal.
Teachers of MCHS do more than just teaching. They share deeper experiences this Halloween season. The paranormal can affect anyone at any time, but the question is, do you believe?
Absolutely I do. I think there's so much more to the world outside of what we can see.
I want to believe in ghosts, but I don't think I've ever had an actual haunted experience.
The jury's out on that. I don't have any evidence to support or against it, so I don't know.
Staff share their stories as well as their beliefs about the ghost activity within MCHS buildings.
In Gettysburg, we were ghost hunting, and there is footage where you see an orb go up my back and shoot out.
I have had one particular experience over at freshman campus, which used to be East Campus. We were doing an overnight lock-in for student council. One of the deans was watching all the security cameras just to make sure the kids were all, doing what they're supposed to be doing, nobody was getting in trouble. And all of a sudden he noticed nobody was in there, and the basketball rolled the entire way across the entire gym, and then the security camera itself went from color to black and white, and then it went all red and then back to color. And he showed us all the video, and all the chaperones were like, oh my gosh, this is super, super freaky.
Freshman campus 100%. Last year with broadcast and journalism, it was able to be a part of that ghost hunt, and for sure, there are things that cannot be explained in that building.
I think the freshman campus could be haunted. We've spent enough time there investigating, and I've heard enough stories to kind of believe that other kids have had experiences.
MCHS staff expands the paranormal experiences throughout McHenry County, leaving questions like, what else is out there?
So it's the Bull Valley Police Station. That mansion, I remember growing up, the urban legend was because it's all rounded, there's no corners in the house. it's so that ghosts couldn't get trapped. So the previous owners used to do like seances in there.
With October coming to an end and the Halloween season approaching, paranormal experiences have become more popular due to the spooky season. Reporting for Warrior Weekly, we are Rose Winkenbach, Kenzie Woods, and Kennedy Laveris.
Lastly, Warrior Student Media recognizes one coach for all of his hard work throughout not only the previous season, but his entire career. A home run for MCHS. McHenry's head varsity baseball coach, Brian Rockweiler, was inducted in the IHSA Baseball Coaches Hall of Fame this year.
Well, the process is somebody has to nominate you. I think multiple people have to nominate you, and then you have to have like some pretty good accolades to get there. So, and we've had some pretty successful seasons, so that's all helped.
Rockweiler has been coaching for 29 years, 20 of those being as a varsity head coach. Although baseball is the main idea, coaching is about more than the sport itself, but making an impact on your athletes and wanting to win as much as they do.
I guess it means, you're a role model. You're somebody that everybody looks up to. You're also going to be tough, and it's just about building relationships and just being somebody that can lead. Show them there's more important things than just baseball.
Big thing that Rockweiler does compared to other coaches overhead is how competitive he is. He cares just as much as we do. It's not just a thing for the money. He's not in it for that. He's in it to win, and that's something that we all take really good pride in.
Outside of coaching, having a strong foundation can help get coaches to high points in their career, like these.
I think there's a lot of things that have gotten to me where I'm at. I've got a supporting family that supports me when, because it's a lot of hours. And then, just attending clinics, working with great assistant coaches and great players have all gotten us to where we're at. So.
Although last season was successful and gave Rockweiler the opportunity to get nominated in this Coaches Hall of Fame, like any sport, our baseball team has its ups and downs.
I think some of the ups and downs are just maybe not playing as well as you want at sometimes, and maybe not executing things that maybe you've practiced and done a lot of. But then some of the ups are seeing some of the guys succeed at something that maybe they didn't succeed at, or as a team, winning a regional, a sectional, super sectional, and going to state. Those are all super high ups. So.
From an athlete's perspective, having a coach like Rockweiler is important to the team's overall success.
Having him as a coach, he's been here for 20 plus years, I would imagine. He's a very good coach, and when it comes to winning, he knows how to. He's had 2 teams go to state in the last 5 years. He's definitely up to doing something good.
It is important for coaches and athletes to have the same goals as one another as motivation throughout the season, and those goals have changed based off previous successes.
I think our goals are always going to be the same. It's to win the Fox Valley Conference, to win 20 games. Actually, our goals probably raised a little bit, maybe to win 25, 30 games, win a regional, sectional, and then, hopefully make it back to state. Win the whole thing.
When a coach brings a team together and puts in the same energy, if not more, as their players, it makes for an overall more successful team.
I do believe that Coach Rockweiler pulls our team together. I think that he forces us to have a bond that I think that I wouldn't have if it wasn't for him. He schedules those things for us so that we can become closer, not just as players, but as friends, and that's how we play good.
Reporting for the Warrior Weekly, we are Sydney Boswell, Fionn Curtain, and Ika Villa. That's all for today's show. Be sure to follow the Warrior Weekly on all social media platforms, including X, Insta, and TikTok.
For Sydney Boswell and Warrior Student Media, I'm Aiden Hirsch. Have a safe Halloween, Warriors, and thank you for watching.
Don't get too spooky.